Johannes Johnny Gottselig did it all for the Chicago Blackhawks. From a starring role on the ice to guiding the team behind the bench, he helped lead the Blackhawks to 2 Stanley Cup championships during the 1930s. He finished his career with the team by serving as the Director of Public Relations, which included broadcasting Chicago's games on the radio. Before Chicago, there was Regina. Born in a village under the control of the Russian Empire in what is now present-day Ukraine, Gottselig grew up in the Queen City. He played junior hockey with the Regina Pats for 2 seasons, beginning in 1923, recording 46 goals, 6 assists in 29 games. The team won the 1925 Memorial Cup under the guidance of legendary coach Al Ritchie, also a Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame inductee.
The memories I look at, or what I've read and stuff like that, it was that we all followed the same path. We played hockey in the rinks in Regina. We had an opportunity to play junior hockey here, which he did. We had an opportunity to play senior, which he did. And from then on, he went to Chicago.
Originally thought to be the first Russian-born player to play in the National Hockey League, Gottselig began his career in Chicago in 1928. However, it was later determined that he was the second player born in the Russian Empire to play in the league. Gottselig played 589 games for the Blackhawks between 1928 and 1945. He had a solid rookie season before recording back-to-back 20-goal seasons the following 2 years. Playing left wing, Gottselig was an important part of the Chicago lineup in the 1930s. He served as team captain from 1935 to 1940 and was a big part of the Stanley Cup wins in 1934 and 1938. In 1939, Gottselig was named a member of the NHL Second All-Star Team and played in the NHL All-Star Game in 1937 and 1939.
He's very close to one of the other Hawks, which was Max Bentley. And he was nicknamed Dipsy Doodle Dandy. And I said they could quite easily have given that to Johnny, because when he was sent out to kill off a penalty, he dragged the puck for the whole 2 minutes, so he definitely could move the puck.
Over the course of his career, Gottselig compiled 371 points, including 176 goals and 195 assists. In Chicago, he was able to play with other players from the Regina area, including Dick Irvin Sr., Mush March, and Duke Dutkowski.
It was exciting because, you're watching hockey on TV and you go, well, my great uncle played hockey here, right? And so it's when I watch the Blackhawks, that's what you thought of, right? So I remember my father telling me a story about Johnny, that my father lived in a little town called Bruno, just east of Saskatoon, and so every year Johnny would send a package up to my father containing his old skates and his pads and a jersey and pucks and all the equipment he'd need to play hockey, because back then in the 30s there was nothing. Nobody had anything back then. So Dad said that's the only way he could play hockey in Bruno then, was because he had all this equipment sent by Johnny. So Johnny would send a package every year with all this old equipment, that game-worn stuff, right?
After retiring during the 1944-45 season, Gottselig took over behind the Blackhawks bench as head coach. He guided the club to a record of 62 wins, 105 losses, and 20 ties, as well as 1 playoff appearance before being replaced 28 games into the 1947-48 season. Despite his dismissal as head coach, Gottselig stayed on with the team as Director of Public Relations. During the Second World War, while he was with Chicago's American Hockey League affiliate in Kansas City, Gottselig had an opportunity to take a swing at another sport. Literally. With the war effort taking many baseball players away from the game, a new baseball league was established to entertain the paying customers, the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. Using his contacts back home in Saskatchewan, Gottselig was tasked with recruiting Canadian players, including many from Regina and other areas of the province. Turning from scout to manager, he guided the Racine Bells to the title in the league's inaugural season, and also spent time with the Peoria Red Wings and the Kenosha Comets.
Being so instrumental in trying to put a women's professional league together, it's almost something that's kind of unheard of during that time period. But he needed something to fill the time while the war was going on and baseball was kind of taking a hiatus. And so with him being so instrumental in trying to put that together and having prior experience, I guess, with women's ball back home here, I guess it just seemed like a natural fit, and he was kind of that big name person that they could just showcase to everyone in the area and to the league in general.
Gottselig passed away in Chicago in 1986 at the age of 80. His surviving relatives believe he would be humbled by his induction into the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame.
I think Johnny would be honored and excited about it because he's that kind of person. From what I can understand from my father, he was a very humble person. He always came back home here. He's close to his roots, and he always made sure he made time for all his friends and his family when he came back here.
Installed into the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame on September 29th, 2018, Johnny Gottselig.